In the quaint village of Edgewood, nestled between overgrown forests and foggy hills, stood the old Winters mansion, a brooding structure with a history as thick as the ivy that clung to its walls. Locals whispered about the mansion, not just for its decrepit beauty, but for the unsettling stories that surrounded it. The most curious of all was the tale of Eliza Winters, who vanished without a trace one stormy night, leaving the mansion empty, with a basement door that remained stubbornly locked. Liam Caldwell, a young writer with a penchant for the paranormal, stumbled upon the story of the Winters mansion while researching for his next book. The tale of Eliza's disappearance intrigued him, the kind of story that could ignite his flailing career. He decided to move into the mansion, hoping to uncover what truly happened and maybe, just maybe, experience something otherworldly himself. As Liam approached the mansion for the first time, the air turned noticeably colder. The grand structure stood as if frozen in time, its windows like blank eyes staring into nothingness. He pushed open the heavy front door, the creak of the hinges echoing through the empty halls. The house was furnished as if someone had left in a hurry, decades ago, with layers of dust covering every surface. The first few nights were uneventful, despite the ambience of the mansion. Liam spent his days exploring room after room, collecting details for his book. However, it was the basement that drew his attention repeatedly. The door was indeed locked, just as the stories described, and no key to be found. He could feel a strange pull towards it, an almost magnetic allure that was hard to shake off. Determined, Liam managed to find an old locksmith in the village who, after much persuasion and the promise of anonymity, agreed to unlock the basement door. The locksmith worked silently, his hands steady despite the age, and soon the lock clicked open. The door groaned as it revealed the steps descending into darkness. With a flashlight in hand, Liam descended. The air grew colder with each step, a stark contrast to the summer heat outside. The basement was vast, much larger than he had anticipated, extending beyond the boundaries of the mansion above. The beam of his flashlight flickered across old furniture, stacks of books, and, oddly enough, an array of scientific equipment that seemed far too modern for the house's period. At the far end of the basement, Liam noticed a peculiar painting hanging on the wall. It depicted a beautiful woman, her features eerily similar to the portraits of Eliza Winters he had seen upstairs. But it was the eyes that held him. They seemed almost alive, watching him. Shaking off the unnerving feeling, he approached, and as he did, the floor beneath him gave a slight creak, revealing a hidden compartment. Inside, Liam found a collection of journals bound in leather and covered in dust. They were written by Eliza herself, detailing her life at the mansion. As he flipped through the pages, a story unfolded not of a simple village girl, but of a brilliant mind ahead of her time. Eliza wrote about her experiments with time, her theories that bordered on the edge of what was scientifically accepted during her era. Liam read on, mesmerized by Eliza's words. She spoke of a device, a machine she had built that could manipulate time. It was her life's work, hidden somewhere in the basement, she claimed, capable of opening doorways to the past and future. But her entries grew increasingly frantic, the last few pages filled with scribbles about someone finding out, about having to hide everything. Compelled to find the machine, Liam searched the basement, pushing aside furniture and climbing over old trunks. Finally, behind a false wall, he found it. The machine was unlike anything he had ever seen, a complex assembly of gears and electrical components, with a single chair facing a large glass panel. Without fully understanding his actions, Liam sat in the chair and reached out to the controls. Lights flickered on, the machine hummed to life, and the glass panel lit up, showing scenes of times long past and those possibly yet to come. Liam was transfixed, watching history unfold before his eyes, until one particular scene stopped him cold. It was the night Eliza disappeared. He watched as she worked the controls, panic evident on her face. Someone was there with her, a man, his face shadowed and indistinct. There was a struggle, a bright flash, and then Eliza was gone, leaving only the mysterious man in the basement. The scene shifted. The man turned and Liam gasped. The face in the machine was unmistakably his own, shaken to his core. Liam stumbled from the machine, the implications of what he had seen crashing down around him. Had he somehow been responsible for Eliza's disappearance? Was his presence here now a result of time's cruel twist? Days turned into weeks, and Liam found himself unable to leave the mansion, haunted by the ghost of Eliza and the terrifying secrets of the basement. He continued to research, to write, driven by a need to understand, to fix whatever he had broken. The village slowly accepted him as the new oddity in the old Winters mansion, a man caught between the pages of his book and the shadows of the past. As the manuscript for his book neared completion, Liam understood that some secrets were not meant to be disturbed, that some doors, once opened, might never be closed. The story of Eliza Winters, like the whispers of the mansion, would linger long after, a haunting melody in the symphony of the unknown. The day finally arrived when Liam felt he could no longer remain at the mansion. Packing up his notes and the manuscript, he prepared to leave, but not before taking one last look at the basement. As he stood at the top of the stairs, a faint sound caught his attention. It was a soft, melodic humming, like that of a lullaby, drifting up from the darkness below. It was Eliza's voice. He was sure of it, singing softly as if to soothe the restless spirits that lingered. With a heavy heart, Liam closed the basement door for the last time, locking away the secrets and the echoes of the past. He left the mansion with more questions than when he had arrived. The mystery of Eliza Winters and her time machine, now a permanent chapter in his life, forever entwined with the spectral threads of the Winters mansion. His book, once published, became an unexpected hit, a thrilling blend of fact and fiction that captivated readers worldwide. Yet, for Liam, the real story was the one he lived, a tale too complex and too personal to ever fully share. The Winters mansion remained standing, a silent sentinel over the secrets buried within, its windows still staring blankly into the forest, waiting for the next curious soul brave enough to unlock its doors. And so, the legend of the Winters mansion grew, a beacon for thrill seekers and paranormal enthusiasts. Each visitor left with more tales, the lines between truth and folklore forever blurred. But for those who listen closely, the whispers of Eliza can still be heard, a reminder of the mysteries that time cannot erase.